Ronnie, do you want to start us off again, please?
All right, Fran, you well, pal?
Hi Ronnie, I'm excellent, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, I'm good. Okay then, it's sort of building up to the big one. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling confident. We are in an amazing run of form, and obviously we come to the most important game of the season in the best state of mind and in the best state of fitness. So I'm delighted about that, and obviously not going to be an easy game. It's not something that I just say because I have to say, but it's the truth. It's a much better team, and we have to focus to try to get something from the game, which is obviously the 3 points. If we underestimate them, that's the issue, and that's where we could get in trouble. So we are with the best preparation pretty much possible, and we have to make sure we get the business done and try to fight to get the 3 points like we've been doing the last 12 games.
It's a bit of a weird one this weekend, Fran, in the sense that you could win your game and then arguably your biggest rivals could hand you the title. I mean, how are you processing that, and what's your thoughts on the build-up to this?
Really, we got one clear message for the whole team, as you hear Caitlin say. So imagine, for example, in our game we are drawing. The best thing can happen to us is Glasgow City winning that game. Otherwise, we lose the Champions League spot. So we cannot really affect that game. We can affect only our game. So it's very, very important that we focus on our game. We try to play as best as we can. And of course, like always we do against any team, after we score one goal, for us it's 9-0 and we try to score the next one. And then obviously the last couple of minutes of our game, maybe just so we have, then maybe we can check what the others are doing and get excited or just carry on with our game plan. But yeah, it's very, very important that we keep focused, that we don't underestimate the opponent, and that we make the 3 points, because although I'm delighted, I'm so proud of this team that we took the league until the last game, but the dream for us is to qualify for the next Champions League, a very, very exciting competition, almost like brand new competition because of the investment that the UEFA has done, and it will be a dream to be there. So that's our number one focus, and we will be delighted if we achieve it, regardless of what happened in the other game. That's itself, this is a massive achievement for us, and we will be celebrating like crazy.
You've spoken before in many press conferences about the tag that Celtic have been the third team in this race, basically, and that has sort of, in your sense, lit the fire underneath you and spurred the team on. In that sense, does it put more pressure on Glasgow City and Rangers this weekend than you, in terms of the outcome of this match? Is there more pressure on the other fixture and less on you guys?
For me, there is huge pressure on us, because although we've been labeled as the third horse in a 2-horse race, etc., that fired the girls. For me, I told you last time, I love it. I love that. On paper, I totally agree. On paper, we were the third favorite because of the history and the investment of the other two clubs. But this means nothing when you are 11-11 in a field. That means nothing. Budget means nothing. Heart might means more some games. So we got huge pressure because we want to qualify for Champions League. Now, away from our game, if I am Glasgow City, I definitely wouldn't like to be playing Rangers in the last game of the season. I will pick any other opponent but Rangers. So yeah, I guess it's not a very easy game for them. It's actually a very tough one, and they will be feeling the pressure. But saying that, there is a team that has faced pressure many times for many years, and they have won. So that's why our focus has to be in our game and do the best we can. And if we are lucky enough to the other results and our goal difference, because not only depend on the other result, we have to make up certain goal difference. If that happens, then it will be, I don't know what we will do, but we focus on try to secure these Champions League points, and that comes from winning on Sunday, and that would be a fantastic achievement.
You mentioned that the Champions League would be a huge achievement. Considering when you came in and the disruptions we've had with the pandemic and whatnot, to be 3 points possibly from winning the title, I mean, does that even exceed your expectations?
What exceeds my expectations is to see the girls every single game at the standard. How difficult it is in football to keep that level of competitiveness every single week. That's very, very impressive. We have used the whole squad. We have rotate players. We got 10 teenagers that has played a key part, and everyone has responded perfectly. So that exceeded my expectation. I knew we were good, but I think they performed perfect, absolutely perfect. And for that reason, whatever happened on Sunday, for me, I can tell that I am so proud of the season. It's a fantastic season, whatever happened on Sunday. But yeah, saying that, I also feel we've been a little bit unlucky. We beat Glasgow City, which means totally different league, and then it didn't count. And then when we played them again, we all know already what happened. They could compete, Champion League, train, we couldn't. So I felt that we were very unlucky with both lockdowns. So potentially we could have a different outcome right now, but what a season we have had. And the fact that we are one game before finishing the season with options, difficult, but with options of actually lifting the title is unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. So a fantastic season for us. Very proud of the whole club.
Just finally from me, Fran. Obviously, we've seen throughout the season the spirit and the team bonding, and obviously yourself as well getting excited on the touchline and getting the girls in a huddle after the game and whatnot. With a win meaning so much, what will be your last message to the girls before they head out on Sunday?
Yeah, just my message is just, guys, we keep doing what we've been doing. It's like when you are going to see your kids playing in a game, you get so excited because you love your family to do well, and then you are proud when you talk to your friends about your family and how good your kid is. For me, I feel similar. We are a family, and I am so proud every time they play like they play, with this heart, with this fight, with this passion, and with this quality. It's not easy, and I know how hard they work on the field, and as Kelly said, off the field, which is a very important part, to make sure we are so good competitors, because we are very good competitors. So yeah, my message is, keep doing what you're doing, keep being humble, keep working hard, and then, enjoy the rewards, because hard work normally bring you rewards.
Wishing you all the best, pal. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. Good luck.
Natasha, please.
Hi Fran, how you doing?
Hi, Natasha. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. After we spoke at the game against Forfar, you mentioned that recovery was going to be key, and you've obviously had that extra time this week without having a midweek game. How have the preparations been, and how's the mood been in camp on the back of such a great result against Forfar?
I mean, the mood has been excellent. Obviously, the girls are all very proud, and we as a staff, we are so proud of them and of ourselves. To be honest, we have to recognize the good work that we all have done. They definitely needed this 2 days break. So yesterday was the first time we trained this week. Monday, Tuesday, they were off. I didn't want them to even think about football. Just switch off from football, do anything you enjoy, and make sure your mind goes away from football, because it's come now a tough week, our last one, but a very tough one, because there is a lot in stake, and we need to be at our best. All this fantastic season we have had, if we fail the last day, it would have a bad feeling at the end, and we will make sure that doesn't happen, and we keep fighting until the end.
Absolutely. In that game against Forfar, we saw a really attack-minded lineup and an attacking approach to the game. Even when we were 5-6-0 up, that attacking approach remained. Do you expect to see a different approach in this game against Motherwell, considering it is a different team, both in terms of quality, and also the fact that there's so much at stake with this last game of the season?
Yeah, we expect a tough team. They've been picking so many points in the last weeks. They are very well organized. They improve a lot. They even get some recruitment done, which have helped them massively. So I see a much difficult game. When we played them last time at K Park, they got many chances against us, and normally we don't concede many chances. We only concede 3 goals in the last 12 games. So yeah, we know we won't underestimate them. Definitely, we won't underestimate them. But we are Celtic, and like always, like every game, like it happened against Rangers or against City. As soon as we score, for us it's 0-0, and we are ambitious. We try to win games for as many goals as possible, like every team try to. So our approach is always aggressive, brave, and attacking minded. But at times, if they are doing well, if they are breaking our pressing, at times we have to defend deep, or we have to defend in a medium block. So we will read the game as it comes. But definitely we are going to be aggressive, because we want to control what we can control, and it's a lot of stake. And we want to try to get these 3 points that will guarantee us the Champions League spot. But for sure it's not going to be easy. We have to earn it.
We've heard from Caitlin how important that Champions League spot is and what it means to her and to the girls. But what do you think it means to the club and the reputation
is massive. It's absolutely massive. One of the reasons, apart from obviously my experiences at, as I said many times, at Southampton, changing room with the former Celtic players and what the club meant to them. So apart from this, another excitement for me to come here is the possibility of fighting for a Champions League spot. That was a dream. I never been there. Kaylin been there, but I haven't been there yet. And that's an experience I really want. For me, the women game means the world, and I want to experience that with Celtic. That would be, it really would be a dream. And it excited me before I came here. It excited me during the season, the prospect of potentially fight to qualify. And now we are one game away from potentially do it. As you say, a club like Celtic, men or women, you have to be in the Champions League. You have to be Champions League or European competitions, and Celtic, they just go so well together. So for sure, it's not easy for us, but we show that we really wanted it, and hopefully on Sunday we can celebrate it. But yeah, definitely is massive, especially because this Champions League is, the UEFA has put these new resources, new financial rewards, has improved massively from previous years. So it's the most exciting Champions League ever. So for us, to be the first Champions League where we are going to be there, that would be fantastic. So hopefully, fingers crossed on Sunday we can achieve that.
Fingers crossed. And finally, for me, with Sunday being the last game of the season, have you turned your mind to pre-season? What's planned for the girls, and how long of a break do they have before they're back from pre-season?
This is difficult because obviously the COVID rules change. We want to do a trip, but COVID rules, we don't know what we will be allowed, what we won't be allowed. So at least they will have 3 week break. Just it's very important. Obviously they will have their programs to carry on. Doing a little bit, but they need this break from football, and because the seasons, especially the way we like to work. Psychologically, they are very, very demanding. We are demanding, and the girls know that, and they actually stick to the demands of the team, and it's hard psychologically. So it's important the break, and then normally the minimum we want 6 weeks of pre-season. That's the minimum I want. If we can get 7, but it's also to find the balance between break and. But yeah, 6 weeks pre-season. I don't want this 4-week pre-season anymore in my life, hopefully. So that would be the plan. But again, it will be based on what happened. After the Sunday game.
Well, good luck for that Sunday game, Fran. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Heather, please.
Hi, Fran. How you doing?
Hi, Hedda. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thanks for asking. And Fran, I just want to touch on, first of all, you've mentioned it a couple of times now, the Champions League and the changes for next season, which really are incredible. I mean, they could be game-changing for several clubs. So for Celtic, I mean, obviously from a managerial perspective and from a player's perspective, to be involved in a Champions League competition in itself would be incredible, I'm sure. But from an investment point of view and the money that is available if you make it through to the group stage competition and what each club will receive at that point, and then even more obviously as you go further in the competition, what would that mean? And in practical terms, what kind of benefits would that bring to Celtic?
You're totally right, Hedda. The financial rewards has increased massively, absolutely massively for this season. So for us, it could be for the clubs that qualify, it could be game changer. Not only because obviously it's a lot of financial rewards for the club, but also you are able to attract better players who has this desire of playing in the Champions League. So when we are now going to do some recruitment, the quality of players you can bring when you qualify for Champions League is totally different than the players you would be able to bring if you are not in Champions League. So it's could be game changer, and that's why it's very important. Although, do we want to win the league? Of course, that's a massive dream, but we have to make sure we get the business done. We have to make sure we do our very best to try to beat Motherwell and secure this spot, because that's massive. The fact that we got the possibility of winning other things is amazing, and we are so proud of it. But very, very important to focus on this Champions League spot, because it's the best year to be in the Champions League, and it would be our best year. So what a dream! What a dream!
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the ability to bring in better players. I mean, obviously we've seen throughout the years that's one of the reasons that Glasgow City have been able to attract so many players from so many different areas around the world. For Celtic, is that something you'd be looking to do then? Would you be looking to recruit recruit immediately if you were to make it into the Champions League?
We are definitely going to recruit, but for me it's very important to keep the core of the group. I don't like make you saw many clubs that they decide, okay, 9 girls out or 11 girls out and 11 in. For me it's very important to keep the core. Caitlin just mentioned in her interview when she came here, she just knew me, but the girls that knew the club, the girls that were here, they helped them to integrate. It's so important that we got the same core. Although, of course, every year, every club, you need to improve. You need to get a little bit better. But for me, it's important not to bring now 7 new girls and do a brand new team. It's important to improve, but to keep the core. So the girls know they are here and they are trusted. And obviously we got 10 teenagers in the team for a reason. It's because we believe these teenagers that are now teenagers in 3-4 years time, they are going to be some of the best players in the league, and some of them might be some of the best players in Europe. Let's see how the development go. So yeah, definitely improvement is important, and bring quality and experience is important, especially when we are going to face now teams that are very experienced in the Champions League potentially, if we do qualify, of course. So experience is important, but it's the level of player that you could bring, the level of experience you could bring will change if you are in Europe or if you are not.
I guess that brings me, you talk about the experience and keeping the kind of core of the squad. That brings me nicely on to my next question, which is how key, Fran, has been your consistency this season? Because I think looking from the outside in, it seems to be that has played a massive part in where you are now.
That's key, and that's why we were labeled third horse in a two-horse race. Is because at that time we were 5 points behind the top 2, but that was in the 8th game of the season from 21. So that was too early to say anything, and that's why since then we lost 1 game, and we draw 1 game, and then we won every other game. So yeah, consistent. That's what happened in a cup competition. It's not as important. In a league competition, it's like a marathon. What matters is how you get at the end, not how you start the race or how you are at the middle of the race. It's how you finish. So consistency is the most important is the most important thing in a league competition. And I think if after the Glasgow City defeat, we are the team that got more points in the league. We are the best team in the league, the best form in the league. Today, of course, let's see what happens Sunday. So yeah, that has been key. And to do that, obviously, it helped the way we have managed the squad, the way we have make every single player feel important and key part of the team, and the way we adjust players to be able to play in several positions. So even when we have picked a couple, we've been very good with injuries. To be fair, apart from Natalie Ross, we have kept the team injury free, which is as well very, very difficult with this tough period of fixtures. And yeah, I think all together has allowed us to be competing at our best almost every game. Of course, some games you play at better standards, some games but the fight has been non-negotiable, and the girls has been always able to give their very best. So for that reason, I'm delighted, and it's true. Consistency-wise is one of the strengths of the team.
So where you are now and the potential for your team, is this a chance to put Celtic Women on the map?
I think Celtic. It was always on the map, and it will always be on the map. It's a massive club. It's one of the oldest and best clubs in the world. It's been a club that has been in Europe forever. I mean, everyone knows Celtic. I say several times when we went in pre-season to Gran Canaria, when I first signed for Celtic, we play a friendly against Leverkusen, and we got a fan base of I don't know how many were, like 50, 60 people, Spanish guys, singing with a dodgy English, to be fair, but singing Celtic songs. And I asked them, what's your team? And they said, oh, Celtic. And I said, no, but in Spain. And I said, no, Celtic. And I said, how you can be Spanish and support Celtic? So it's a massive club. Just obviously in the women's side, we haven't been in Europe yet. It's something that hasn't happened. And we got the opportunity to be the very first Celtic team to represent women in Europe, which is, we will be honored to do that, and for the club is massive, and is where we belong. In my opinion, is where Celtic belong in Europe.
Just finally, from me, Fran, you've underplayed everything in pretty much every press conference of recent times, and you've been very humble in your approach to these questions. Has that been part of your game plan? So from the beginning, when you talk a lot about the two-horse race and on paper where you were and the fact that you were probably third, but from the start, did you speak? Was it a game plan for you? Did you speak to your players and say, "Listen, we just need to do our talking on the pitch"? Was it a strategy?
It's not a strategy, Heda. Is what we are. We are a team based on our values and our ethos and our values. One of them is hard work, you can see. One of them is passion and enthusiasm, you can see in every game. And one of them, and very important, is humbleness. And humbleness is not only when I talk, say, oh yeah, we are going to smash the opponent, or yeah, on paper, or I think, no. Humble means, we know where we are. We never won anything. We never qualify for Champions League. And for me, talking about winning, or we have never done it. It would be unfair, but also means if I am a player and I am not playing, I'm humble enough to support the player that has taken my position, and not only that, but I support her from the side. Like you saw the other day, players on the side sprinting to give the ball to the players that were playing, and some of them weren't even involved. So it's not a strategy, it's not a plan. It's what we want to live for. We live by. This is our values. This is what Celtic means to us. The girls put the Celtic shirt, and this is what we want to be. Is somebody, when we do recruitment, in somebody we believe cannot stick to these values, we don't recruit, because that wouldn't add to the team. It's very, very important. We believe in hard work. We believe in enthusiasm, in passion, in fight, and we think when we stick to our values on and off the field, then the byproduct many times is winning. But it's not like a strategy, or no, it's what we like to live for on and off the field.
Thanks, Fran. Fantastic.
Thank you, Hada.
Alison, please.
Hi Fran, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just wonder if going into Sunday's game you are the most relaxed team. Out the top three, you are in the most enviable situation.
I wouldn't mind to be in the situation where City is already qualified for Champions League, and if they win or they draw, they are league champions. So I probably will swap with them if I could. But we are in a very good situation because Champions League is in our hand. So we are, in my eyes, we are in the second best situation. I definitely wouldn't like to be in the situation where Rangers are, unfortunately for them, because they have to win and hope that we draw. To then qualify for Champions League. So, but yeah, if I could swap with City at this moment in time, I would.
Has this squad surpassed all expectations of where you anticipated they might be at this stage?
I've been focused every single week. Me personally, in the next game only, I try to encourage my players to do the same. I think as a team, it's something that we embrace. And it has worked very well, and I know game by game. I told them. I told the players 2 weeks ago, before the Hibs game, and I said, look, girls, whatever happens in the next games, I'm so proud of you. Even if we don't win anymore, I'm so proud of you, and it's a fantastic season. So, but yeah, I mean, we never been in this position, and we are today. So, of course, you always got the dreams, and you always got high expectations. But yeah, if you ask me at the beginning of the season if we would be here, I would probably tell you, yeah, we are good enough to do it. But wow, now being here, I think I can see how proud I am of the work that the girls has put there. The girls, the club, and the rest of the staff, of course.
And here's a difficult one for you. Your player of the season.
Yeah, that's a very difficult one, because actually we are doing the. Well, it's a surprise to the girls. Kaylin, you can put you. Don't listen. We are doing the trophies, and I never ever pick the manager's player of the season, because for me it's a team. It's the team. I don't like to highlight one player because, for example, last game against Hibs, the defense was, oh, what you think about, you got the best defenders, and I said, well, the defense starts with the strikers, the way they press, or the way that we guide the opponent to go to their what we think is a weaker link, etc., etc. So it's about the team. What we've done is we asked every single player to give us their votes, who they think are the best 3 players of the team, and every single girl, they submit their votes. And, obviously we got one, but if I tell you, I kill the surprise. So let me tell you in a couple of days, please.
No problem. Thank you.
No problem.
Amy, please.
Hi Fran.
Hi, David.
Loved the game on Sunday. Can I ask you about the other two managers, Malky Thompson and Scott Booth, what you think that they are going through? Because they're obviously looking at it from their own positions this week ahead of the weekend. And you've got the Rangers manager under a bit of pressure maybe for his job with the investment that's going in and falling behind Celtic. And you've got definitely Glasgow have been rattled in the last few weeks, you can see it. And then you've got you in a position where you could be the first man ever to get the entire Celtic support cheering a Rangers goal. What a crazy year it's been for him.
For me, I can tell you about me. I'm delighted. I'm proud. I feel the connection with the fans of and the team, which is fantastic. As I say before, that hasn't been a easy season. We all love for every people who love Celtic wanted this year to be a special one, and unfortunately, it hasn't been so far a very, very special one. But we are now enjoying this what we are building. And the last day will be Sunday, so I think that's fantastic for everyone who loves Celtic Football Club. In terms of your question, the only thing I don't know what they are living. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot of pressure in that game. But what I can tell you is, they are both Malky and Scott. They are top managers, and regardless of what happened on Sunday, I think they both deserve credit from different reasons in terms of playing style of one of them, in terms of winning success so I have absolutely nothing bad to say about them. Two top managers, and all three teams fighting for something huge in the last game. So for the Scottish League in general, that's fantastic. It's fantastic. If now we got a situation where Glasgow City were 10 points ahead of that, that's not good for the league. It's not good for. It's good for Glasgow City, but not for anyone else. But the fact that we took everything to the last game is exciting, is fantastic, and the covering that the league is getting, again, is brilliant. And I think obviously to have those two managers help to increase the level of professionalism and the level of quality of the league in general. So I have no one single bad word to say about the other two managers, and I cannot comment on how much pressure they will be feeling, but I guess I was there before Rangers, before City, and it wasn't easy to sleep before or after the game. So I can see how pressure can affect us. But I wish the best for Celtic, but apart from Celtic, we wish the best for any single manager or team in the league.
Can I ask you about your own position? You've obviously come into Scotland. You brought some of the Spanish weather at the weekend, right enough, and you didn't have any experience in the Scottish game at all. You seem to have flourished, got the team on the verge of the Champions League, could win the league. Do you think that looking for a foreign manager to come in who has no experience, and people maybe not knew who he was before he arrived, it can work at Celtic for the men's team as well as for the women's?
So first, the weather, I was in talks to the Spanish government to try to borrow the sun for a little bit longer. At the beginning it didn't work, but looked like this week they listened to my petition. So I'm delighted, that makes happier the team, and obviously it helped our preparation. I can say that I absolutely love where I am now. I talked before about the values, and one of them obviously is, I owe a lot to these players. Look at what they do every single week for me. So for me, all my focus is on Celtic Women, and I really, really want to have a successful story to tell after a couple of years. So if we are lucky enough to go to Champions League, I would love to do well with Celtic Women and to make proud all the fan base of Celtic with our performance in Europe as well as in the league. So that's what my focus is, and I'm sure the club will recruit the best manager for the men, and obviously hopefully is the manager that is going to give the titles and the success that we all want for Celtic.
Thanks, Fran. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Amy, please.
Hi, Fran. Amy from 20 Minutes. How's it going?
It's very good. I can't complain. Thank you very much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I was wondering, it's been obviously a difficult season. You've spoken about already about being the third team on paper with the unplanned break and everything. What do you think has been the most crucial factor in bringing you to where you are now in such an amazing position? competition before your last game on Sunday and on the brink of making history?
The most crucial factor is that I got the best players I can have. That's the most crucial factor. They are not the most expensive player, they are not the most experienced player, but they are the players that will do anything for their teammates. So that's the key. It's not about how well we manage, it's not about how well we do the rotations, which I think we've done quite well, to be fair. But it's about what the girls feel for each other. It's about what the girls feel for the badge and for the shirt, and that's what gets us through games, and that's the key factor. So obviously we all can have a little bit of credit because this is a club effort from the board, from the top to the bottom. But is the main credit should be for the players, because at the end of the day we can tell them whatever we want, but they are the one that have to fight and to believe. And in the 80th minute, how many times we won the game in the last 18 minutes because the girls believe and because the girls fight and because the girls don't give up. That's so that's the key factor. The key factor is we got the best players we can have.
Cool, thank you very much. Best of luck at the weekend.
Thank you very much.
Jordan, please.
Hi, Fran. Jordan here from BBC Sport. It's great to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you?
So, you joined Celtic just before the start of the pandemic. You've had to work through such challenging circumstances. You only really got 2 months before then. I just wanted to know how proud you are of the progress that the club has made during such a tough time to be on Sunday with a chance of winning the title.
I'm very proud, and as you say, you describe it. It's been very, very challenging. So if you think our approach, unfortunately, we didn't have the funds to bring the best Scottish players because this is a lot. They cost a lot of money. So we didn't have. So we have to recruit from outside. When you recruit from outside, and a lockdown happened, you got players new in a country who never been in Scotland before, some of them that never seen snow before almost, and you close them in a room without friends, without anything. So imagine how hard it is. I experienced myself, but obviously I'm much older than the players, unfortunately. But it's been hard. It's been very hard. It's been very hard. So for me, the way we are today and the position we are today is especially, it's very emotional, and it's especially proud because I know everything what we have to get through to be where we are now. It's not easy. And I know from outside it looks, but from inside, I really appreciate the efforts that every single player or staff has done. It's a very challenging time. Of course, the challenging time is for every team. It's not for Celtic, every team. But obviously because of the way we have to do business, which is recruit from outside and recruit many young players. A more experienced player can take a lockdown in a much better way than a younger player, a teenager who is more maybe dependent on the parents. So yeah, it's been very challenging. So the fact that we can sit today here and say if we win, we are in the Champions League, and potentially we got a small chance as well of even fighting for the title we have taken to the last day. Is a very special and emotional moment, and I think about the tough times. I'm sure the players do the same, and wow, it's to be very proud of the person that you call teammate.
With that in mind, even forgetting about Sunday for a second, does that make you really excited for the future here at Celtic, that you've been able to achieve all this with such challenging circumstances? Who knows what can happen when hopefully the world returns to normal?
Yeah, exactly. It has, as I say, it hasn't been easy for any team. But what I know very well is what we have experienced or we have went through. We have lost very important players for us in winter, in December, and then we have to recruit, and we have to recruit players to hopefully increase the level, but without being able to tell them when the league is going to restart. So players were telling me, but when we are going to start, I don't know. So how difficult it was to actually commit to come here or engage with a project that we didn't even know 100% that this was going to happen. So for me, this, now I remember. So for example, the 4 players that came, the impact they have had, and the trust they have in me, because, I was telling them, yeah, we are going to, but can you guarantee? No. So it was just a gamble on their side. And, at the end, so all this, for me, that's what being successful is about. It's about people putting trust in teammates, in other members of the team, and at the end, if we can have successful, that's why we celebrate like we celebrate. It means the world to us because we know what we've been through.
And then just looking at Sunday, Fran, you said at the start of the press conference that it's all about getting the 3 points, staying focused, but we're human beings and we like to dream and envisage the best case scenario. Are you allowing yourself to dream of results going your way, and on Sunday evening you'll be the Scottish Women's Premier League title holder?
I'm a dreamer. When I came to UK, I was cleaning. I was a housekeeper. I was cleaning for 2 years because I couldn't speak English, with the dream of being managing in the Premier League or being coaching in the Premier League. So I'm a dreamer. Of course, I'm a dreamer, and I work as hard as I can to make sure the dreams come true. And that's exactly what the players do as well. So of course we dream. Dreams is very nice and it keep you motivated. But dreams is one thing, and then you can fight as hard as you can, and you can control what you can control. Unfortunately, on this occasion, that's why I say I would like to be in the position that Glasgow City is in, because they can control their outcome. We can control our outcome with Go Champions League, and it's a massive, amazing outcome, and that's why I say our focus is on that one. Because if we think about, we need to win by that amount of goals, because if this and then Rangers, what happens if we are drawing? Then the best result can happen to us is Glasgow City winning. Otherwise, we are out of the Champions League. So, and that's massive for us. So it's very important to focus only on our game and try to get the 3 points. And don't make a mistake the last game of the season of dropping points. Or that would be devastating. Although I will still feel very proud of the team, even if that happened. But yeah, focus on the 3 points. And then, of course, if after the game the unthinkable happened, then wow, I don't know what we are going to do in terms of celebration, because that is one of the best moments, probably one of the best moments in our lives would be.
And then just finally from me, Fran, I asked Caitlin as well about whether she wants to know how the Glasgow City game is going. When will you know what the Glasgow City score is on the bench?
To be fair, if we are in the 89th minute and our game is, in the way we won, then I might just ask. Yeah, just curious. But I don't want to know until almost the end, the final whistle, because it's very important that we don't lose the focus. We've seen Forfar, last game against Forfar was 10-0, but the previous time they play in the same surface, we dropped 2 points, 2-2, and we got 24 chances. But we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Maybe our focus that day wasn't the ideal. So it's so important that we don't underestimate, but not only talking. We cannot underestimate Motherwell. We have to fight. We have to be at our best to try to get the 3 points. If we are with one eye in the other game, we will lose the eye. We need both eyes to be in this game. So very important. It's not a psychological trick or a psychological tool. It's really that we have the opportunity to qualify for Champions League, and we cannot fail. Or we shouldn't fail. So yeah, the whole focus on the game. Maybe in the last couple of minutes, then I might ask David or Michael what are they doing. But yeah, just the focus on our game. Very important. Very, very important.
Thank you very much, Fran. Good luck.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Erin, please.
Hi, Fran. Erin Boyle, more than 90 minutes. How are you doing?
Hi, Erin. I'm very good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good and very well. Thank you very much. Just one from me. A stunning double-figure scoreline at K Park last weekend. How does coming off such a big win like that prepare you and fire the girls up for the next fixture? And in this case, one game away from that historical Champions League spot, it must give you a real boost.
Yeah, it was at the beginning of the game. To be fair, it was similar that I'm telling you now. I was telling the girls. We told 3 points. We need the 3 points. We failed to take 3 points against them last time we played them here. If we think about Champions League, about League or whatever, our focus is not going to be where we want it to be. So we focus on be aggressive and try to be. Obviously, I think we were clinical where we have to be. Although both of their goalkeepers, they have a great performance. But obviously when we went to halftime 5-0, then it's the first time when we say at halftime, I said to the girls, look, there is a difference of 4 goals against Glasgow City. What do you want to do? And then obviously everyone saw, let's try to. And then we put the scenario where we were losing 4-0 and we have to try to win the game. and that's why when we scored a goal, you saw players taking the ball from the back of the net and sprinting to put it in the halfway line. It wasn't anything to do with being disrespectful towards the opponent, not at all. It was to do with, obviously we want to be in the best position to put pressure to the team that is ahead of us, and obviously I think as a Celtic player or as a Celtic member of staff, you always have to do your very best, and you always have to be ambitious and try to when you score a goal, try to fight to try to score the next one. So, but yeah, after the game, delighted that a team that we failed to win last time we played there, we scored 10-0 when it mattered the most, because that put us in a very good position this week, and also that add extra pressure to the other teams.
Absolutely. Thanks very much. It's a pleasure, and all the best for Sunday. We're all rooting you on.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And Ewan, please.
How you doing, Fran? You alright?
Hi, Ewan. I'm very good. Thank you. How are you?
I know bad. So I'm just wondering. Obviously, it's been a very, very testing season, but ultimately, whatever happens on Sunday, a very successful one. Just you personally, what have you learned about yourself over the course of this season in terms of as a coach, as a person, even? What kind of how have you responded to these challenges?
Well, I learned that I didn't learn necessarily this season, but that you cannot take anything for granted. That stick to your values, give you always, or most of the times give you a reward. And if they don't give you a reward in terms of results, you can always feel proud. So you don't get the result, but you get the performance or the fight, and I think the most important thing is in the most difficult time we were able to make a family of our team, and this is so challenging. It's very, very challenging. Obviously I've been many years in football, and I know that's the most difficult part of football. A team is a team, and the more unit, the better they will compete. And because of all the external factors, and obviously like every team, we got also some internal issues like every other team, but the way we have overcome these issues to don't let that affect our performances, to don't let that affect the love that we go in between team members, that's the biggest lesson for me. Like, no matter what, we are together, and we win together, we lose together, but it's this team chemistry that has been fantastic. And of course, for me, one very special thing that's why one of the reasons I came here is the passion that our fans got, what football means to people, and this is what is also present in the players' lives. By just winning football games, you can make happy people, you can change, you can give some moments of happiness to people in a very tough year. So we take this responsibility, and that's why even when we don't play at our best, we always fight at our best, because we want people who watch us to feel proud, to feel that that we belong to the same group, to the same family, to the same club. So yeah, that's the passion of the fans. The cover that the league has had this year has helped us massively. I'm absolutely delighted of how the women game is going. All the exposure, people from outside here, our players' families are able to watch their girls, and they are active in social media, active in the media. Now, guys, look how many of you are here. So I think it's fantastic. I think we are going in the right direction, and I think we all are part of it. So we should feel proud, because it hasn't been an easy year. But I think whatever happened on Sunday, I think it's been a very good one.
Excellent. Just to wrap up, it's quite an important tactical question actually. In terms of league points, if you could quantify it in league points, how important has that Miami Vice jacket been for the rest of the season?
I think it's been key. I get. To play good football, you need a little bit of fight, aggression, and I made angry all my players every time I put the jacket. So definitely, that has played a massive part. No, I know, I know I've been criticized a lot, including my mom, but I got big personality, and we might see the jacket again on Sunday. Just to make sure we keep getting points. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. So Alison and Alan are going to stay with us. Everybody else, thank you very much for joining us, and I will send out a high-res version of the presser later on.
Thank you, guys.